Remember when you tried to write me off? Remember when you thought I'd take a loss? Don't you remember you thought that I would need you? Follow procedure, remember? Oh wait, you got amnesia.
From Whittles Field, this is Archbishop Spalding Lacrosse. Final home game of the regular season today as the Cavaliers host the Crusaders of St. Paul's. I'm Glenn Clark alongside Sean Hatley and Andrew Scally. Things got a little interesting at the top of the MIAA in the last couple of weeks, and all of a sudden 5 teams all bunched up within one game with only a few games left in the regular season. A huge opportunity for the Cavaliers to keep moving up in the standings and potentially be at home in the quarterfinals and get a top seed in the tournament.
Yeah, I tried to figure out the playoff picture today at my desk. A couple hours went by, couldn't figure it out. I think there's a lot of movement, but I think Spalding either way is in a good position, but they got to take care of business today.
As we are underway at Whittles Field, Cavaliers, Robbie Hopper gooses it back. Great snag by Wilbur. Transition opportunity, couple of fakes in front. Wow, that didn't take long. Grady Swiderski gets the Cavaliers on the board.
Why not?
Great finish by Swiderski. Lower that shoulder, sneak inside, put one up top.
Well, 18 seconds.
Was that Maldursky?
That was it was.
It was Maldursky.
Goal scored by number 55, Grady Swiderski.
I need to know the story here. What am I missing? What am I missing?
It's a combination of Mollet and Swiderski.
By number 7, Connor Wilbur.
Well,
Sean's committed to not being wrong.
You've made them one person.
I can't be wrong if we combine their names.
If they are, that's a great point. Well, great start for the Cavaliers. Can't ask for a lot more than that as they win a couple of face-offs. They get the early goal. How about Robbie Hopper over on the sideline and all of that?
I mean, Hopper with a great ground ball, backhanded fling to Wilbur. Wilbur, just great ball movement, tic-tac-toe, and a great composure there with Swiderski, absorbing the contact, getting underneath and burying it.
Spalding enters today 10-4 on the season, 5-2 in conference play. They've won 5 straight and 8 of their last 10, including a 14-7 win at Severn on Friday. Move inside and make it 2-0 as Jack Newell.
And that is the kind of start Coach Hockel and Coach Cotto want from this Spalding team. Starting off hard, dictating from the very first whistle. Let's see if they can keep this going.
How about the confidence of this offense right now, Andrew Scally?
Goal scored by number 16,
I mean, I love calling different guys' names, and we've seen it's kind of been a balanced attack here. I mean, you got Brady Mollet, 46, points on the season. Right behind him, Connor Wilbur, 43, Matassa at 40, and Noah, now at 21. It's a balanced attack, which is great to see.
Another ground ball by Robbie Hopper.
17th goal of the season for Newell. 3 straight face-off wins. This feels like a Cavaliers team that believes, that has earned the right to believe they're this good and they're this dangerous going towards the postseason. Leading 2-0. Spalding with the ball again. St. Paul's comes into today 7-5 on the season, 3-4 in the MIAA as a conference. They're tied for 6th, so right now fighting to get into the postseason.
And Glenn, St. Paul's attack is probably one of the best in the MIAA right now. They are extremely dangerous. You don't want them to get hot. And right now with Spalding winning these face-offs, controlling the clock on their end, they're taking the ball completely out of St. Paul's attacking sticks.
And they're just going to keep playing, make it, take it. Ethan Ostrowski adds to the lead, his 13th of the season, makes it 3-0 Cavaliers.
Goal scored by number 25, Ethan Ostrowski.
We should call these plays more often.
Assisted by
Gottle's back there. He's back there flipping burgers. He got them all ready. I mean, this is beautiful stuff.
Wow. We haven't even had a chance to, think yet. And Spalding's up 3-0. 10:09 remaining in the first quarter. 3 goals in less than 2
Spalding's had a
minutes.
couple of these fast starts this season. We've noticed a couple times in the second quarter things tend to hit a bit of a lull. Let's hope they can avoid that here.
So it's Ryan Thomas who's the face-off specialist for St. Paul's. First face-off violation of the half for the Cavaliers. And now what should be a fairly rested defense considering they've done nothing so far in this one.
Yeah, I mean, the first time you touch the ball, you're down 3-0. That's a tough spot to be in offensively.
Couple of fakes, now driving in. Wow, somehow sneaking that in. Luke
Near
Baer.
side.
Wow. Not a lot of room there, but the future North Carolina Tar Heel gets the Crusaders on the board, and I guess that's what you were saying about this St. Paul's offense.
They initiate a lot of their offense from their attack, and the slide was there just a little late, but, I mean, that near side snuck out of the post. I mean, that's something Jacob Newman usually gobbles right up.
Luke Baer, junior attacker, his 46th goal on the season. Crusaders lost back-to-back games coming in, and now that's back-to-back face-off wins as Ryan Thomas wins it cleanly. Thomas pushes ahead, loses his footing, but able to hold on to possession. So the Crusaders trying to shake off the early onslaught from the Cavaliers. Go to work, moving front, bounce low, not going to get it to go. Rebound taken away.
Nice outlet here.
Newman denying Elder. Push ahead, and Jamison Kaufman will be able to pick it up.
Jamison Kaufman, a defensive midi, is dangerous with the ball on his stick on the offensive end.
Couple of steps here. Newell isn't going to force it. So we'll back it out. Cavaliers will run their offense. Get a big save from Jacob Newman, junior goalie.
I think the earlier in the season, the Spalding team would have pushed that. But that was a smart play to pull it out, settle the offense, and there you go.
Gordy Bennett.
Let's go, Gordy.
And he was well defended, too.
Let's check the replay here. It looked like he had one of his hands kind of tied to his
agree.
hip. He had a one-handed little shovel shot here.
Yeah, he was hooked.
Goal scored by number 34.
He got the second hand back, right?
Still, either way, fought through a good hard check, good defense, buried him. But you're right, Sean. I mean, that play by Newell, I've said it before. I mean, it's a play that's not going to go down, in the stat sheet. But he had Miaa for half a second, thought otherwise, didn't think he could make the pass, pulled it out, got the offense back on, and they capitalized. So, mature play for this late in the season. That's good to see.
4-1 Spalding. Ryan Criswell, who's at 60.5% on the season coming in today, follows that up with another win. Cavaliers will slow things down.
I mean, it really changes your game plan when you have a Fogo like Criswell, who you really trust to win his matchup game in and game out.
He's been great all season long, to your point. Newell makes his move. Matassa slings it over to the opposite side. Gordy Bennett. Bennett gets the screen from Wilbur. Dodges back to his left. Second defender comes, gets it out, but couldn't find the open man. Newell trying to get free. Two defenders going with him. Got to move that ball a little bit quicker. Down under 30 on the possession clock. Brady Mollett.
He's so quick behind the cage.
Feeds it up top and slung home. Gordy Bennett, second of the quarter.
Spalding is just having its way with St. Paul's defense right now. You need that. St. Paul's taking a timeout. That is much needed. Momentum definitely in Spalding's favor.
To the point, 5 possessions, 5 goals. I would call that efficient.
That's about 100%.
Yes.
I think he's about 100%. I mean, you've got Coach Cottle coming off the sideline, getting a little flex on.
Did you do that math all by yourself, by the way?
Quick math.
Guys, we've really improved our math skills since the first game.
That is impressive, Andrew.
I shared my flashcards with Andrew. He must have been working them this week.
Were you reading off his paper?
Burning
the
midnight oil.
That looks like 100%.
100%, baby.
5-1, Spalding in front of St. Paul's, 7:41 to play in the first quarter. The Crusaders, head coach Steven Settembrino needs a timeout. Really big game for St. Paul's as they are now in a dogfight to get in. Right now they're tied with Blakefield, both 3 and 4 in the conference for that 6th and final spot in the postseason. Severn a game behind them. St. Mary's a game and a half. Meanwhile, we talked about it. Look at the top of the A-Conference standings at the moment. Boys Latin and Calvert Hall 6-1. McDonough 6-2. Spalding and Gilman 5-2. They're all right there with a couple games left. Of course, Spalding still has a date with Calvert Hall before the season is over. Huge opportunity to make sure you at least lock up the 3 or the 4 seed, get a home quarterfinal, or perhaps avoid the quarterfinals altogether.
Yeah, I think you can play this game all day long, look at scores and look at matchups and all that. I think Spalding, their mindset has been just play each game one at a time, win each play, that tough nose. It doesn't matter who's lined up against us, we're going to play. And the results have shown.
With the face-off win.
Another face-off win for Ryan Criswell.
I mean, I think that big win over McDonough was an inflection point for this team. I think they built a lot of confidence from, they were down by 3 or 4 goals at one point, scratch and clawed their way back, and ended up coming up with that in overtime. But I think ever since then, you've seen kind of a different confidence and a different swagger from this Spalding team.
Followed it up with those wins over John Carroll and Severn. In a lot of trouble. Klessinger loses it.
Got to move it twice here.
Not to mention the absolute bloodletting against St. Mary's.
That's correct. 17-9 victory. I believe that was before the McDonough game, though. So, for what it's worth, Mollett loses it in front. That'll be the first stop of the day.
And don't fact check me.
Well, I actually felt stupid for a second. Like, really? Did I do this out of order? It's good to know that, of course, it was not I that was wrong. I've never been wrong.
Not once.
Wrong.
Glenn, did you let me make you question?
Yeah, right? Myself? How dare you?
I'm in his head finally, Andrew.
Yeah, last game of the season.
Yep.
Together.
Well, I'm
Better late
hoping.
than never.
I'm hoping.
I'm setting up camp in Glenn's head.
Rent-free.
That's not new. That's not new. We're doing the jersey swap after the game, right?
Yeah.
I brought my Boy Scout uniform when I was a kid just for that purpose.
I was going to say, you can take mine, but I'll pass.
No. I thought you were going to give it to your mom as a gift. Bear trying to take it all upon himself. Fires it in despite being well defended. Still 35 remaining on the possession clock for the Crusaders after they got their first defensive stop of the game. Bouncer picked up by O'Day. Grady O'Day, senior captain, headed to play for Loyola.
Good.
And Jameson
Good slide
Kaufman
by Jamison Kaufman. Great timing on that slide. Meet him right at goal line.
Forces Iantuno back, and then the skip shot gobbled up. Newman.
See, this is what Spalding wanted to do.
Pushed it ahead, right to the doorstep. Oh, but falling away. It was a heck of an effort by Swiderski just to get the shot off.
Good look. Come on, finish.
They're going to pull it out.
Wrong spot.
No,
but I'm okay with that.
But Glenn, what I was saying is that is what Spalding wanted to do. They want to try to frustrate the attackmen for St. Paul's because they, like I said, they run a lot of their offense to their attack. Frustrate their attackmen, force them to take shots that they otherwise wouldn't want to take. And, I mean, that was a great job defensively by Spalding.
Now they'll slow things down. Ticking towards 30 on the possession clock, past the midway point of this first quarter. Cavaliers have opened up a 5-1 advantage. Matassa loses his footing, but able to get back up, hold on to possession, and, wow, somehow gets back up still with the ball. Is that a timeout? Yep.
Good timeout.
Protecting possession. Coach Evan Hockel takes the timeout with 4:46 remaining in the first quarter. Just 20 seconds will be on the possession clock coming out of this, but worth it because that was very nearly a turnover.
It was very nearly a turnover also. I thought there could, the referee's reaching for his flag, don't know if he stole it or not. They're playing aggressive defense. But what I'm looking for out of this timeout, I saw an early matchup with Mollett behind the cage, just abusing his defender. I would like to see him kind of initiate from behind because it does two things. One, it puts the ball in arguably one of the best players on the field stick. And then two, if they turn the ball over, lower towards the goal, the end line or even the goal line, it makes St. Paul's have to clear the entire length of the field versus turn the ball over above the cage. So curious to see what they come out with, but that's where I would go to. Let's keep an eye on what St. Paul's does defensively.
It sounded good. And you look good saying it, too. And you're scared. Look at all that.
Brady
Mollett, the son of Mike Mollett, a 3-time All-American at Maryland. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
He's a hell of a player, man. 4:46 remaining in the first quarter. Brady Mollett well on his way, still just a sophomore. Imagine all the things this young man is going to do before his time here at Spalding is over.
I remember calling games last year. He's definitely filled out physically, and you can see he's playing with confidence. He's a lot stronger this year. But you can argue, do you put a freshman on varsity knowing that he's undersized, given that he has the skill set, athletically, he's going to develop into a player that we're seeing here today. I think all that experience is showing. And I have complete confidence with the ball on his stick, and it's going to be huge as they enter the playoffs. They're going to look to him quite a bit.
One of the storylines I thought we might be talking about in the first quarter today is this is the first really hot day that there's been a game this season, and you wondered how that might impact these guys. Not at all, I believe.
Yep.
Newell. Oh,
Sure.
the
Great
right
take.
Right to the
Right
corner.
off the right hip.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my
Jack
life.
Newell's second of the game, his 18th of the season, 6-1 Cavaliers.
I'll tell you what, there's one part of the practice plan on Coach Hoppel's team that does not change, and that is the conditioning. And I think that's going to come in play here late in the season when, like you said, Glenn, with the hot weather and obviously, long season before this.
And I guess fair to say that's something that we will see the impacts of more as the game goes on. But, yeah, they have not been impacted so far by playing in the heat. The ball pops out of the stick of Ethan Langus, and that allows Criswell to go back and get it himself. They've only really lost one faceoff. There was the faceoff violation, and, yeah, that pass overcooked. Somehow O'Day able to hold on to that through the check attempt. Crusaders have numbers briefly.
Got to go.
Good recovery there.
Yeah.
Connor Cook not able to take advantage.
Good pickup by Grayson Dunn. Stop that attack.
Grayson Dunn, for me, has kind of been an unsung hero on the defense. I think Robbie Hopper, gets a lot of praise. I think Jameson Kaufman gets a lot of praise. Newman in cage, obviously, is phenomenal. But Grayson Dunn, coming in the game, second in the team in ground balls and second in calls turnovers. Right?
Scrambling.
He's quiet, making plays.
Misstruck Iana Nudo.
St. Paul's has had a couple shots early in the shot clock. I mean, Andrew, if you're St. Paul's head coach, are you trying to slow them down a little bit, or you feeling a little bit of urgency down 6-1 in the first quarter?
I think it's got to be a balance. You got to take the shots that they give you, especially, that's a good look right there, and even better save.
What a save by Newman as he denies Iannatuno. Newman loses it, however. He's got to go track that back down. He does. Great fake.
Got to get it over.
10 seconds here.
Got to get it over.
Slowed down, but with 2 seconds to spare.
Yeah, good composure there by Newman.
I think that was incredible from Newman. The entire sequence.
Save, pump fake, ground ball.
Yep.
Pump fake.
All of it.
Outlet.
That was.
Just trying to pad his ground ball stats.
Right. No panic whatsoever.
That's what Andrew would do from behind the cage. He dropped the ball a few times.
Just
like 1, 2, 3, and we're good.
Yeah, I cared a lot about ground balls.
So I looked up.
Big ground ball guy.
And the paper would be a little light on his ground ball stat, and he'd call and argue, write letters.
The Capitol. He would call up
My mom was persistent.
Wagner. You only have me down for 6 ground balls. I have record of 8. Mollet, couple of fakes.
Slid early to Mollet there.
Matassa down to 20 on the possession clock. Second defender comes. And ball gets checked out. Possession clock's ticking down even if they do get this ground ball. And St. Paul's will come away with it.
It's good no call.
Picked up by Tucker Paxson, the junior defender.
I feel like usually in that situation you'd get a loose ball push called or something along those lines. It's a good call.
Yeah.
Good no call by the ref.
Let's be honest, when Tucker Paxson was born with that name, it was because he was going to be a lacrosse player. I don't believe there's anything else that a Tucker Paxson would be legally allowed to do other than to play lacrosse. I guess maybe
movie star.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say maybe yachting would be an option. But it's a limited number.
I can just feel Sean's wheels turning in his mind. Think of another occupation for Tucker
Oh,
Paxson.
did you smell that?
Yeah. The old 2-stroke.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's going
Might
to be a
little
push.
with possession.
Robbie Hopper came over to help because Sawyer Grant was in trouble and had given up inside positioning.
They're going to give him an illegal body check.
Okay.
Legal body check.
See the
1
ref
minute.
give a little chicken wing?
That's
Man,
what that is?
Little chicken wing, legal body check.
That's what that is.
Yep.
Gosh, I just thought.
And throwing another flag. Is that going to be a bench penalty?
Ooh. I thought someone
So
just
we
wanted
got body
wings.
check, 1 minute. Bench penalty on St. Paul.
Wow.
Not sure what the call was, but it's going to be a 30-second penalty.
So Hopper gets hit with the illegal body check. They're going to have Jacob Kinney serve.
Yeah, the in-home. It's got to go to the box.
So
And for those at home, if there's a penalty that's not on an individual on the field, the designated in-home player has to go to the box to serve that penalty.
who chooses who the designated in-home player is?
At the beginning of the game, the coaches give them their in-home number.
Now, that's fascinating to me.
See, I told you I had a brief stint as a as a zebra.
You really did learn a lot from that. Did you know who the in-home guy was before games when you were playing?
Yeah.
How do you go through choosing that person? Just you're up today. You're the in-home guy.
There you go. You just give them a number. Just pull one out of your hat.
So
almost said something else.
It's
5-on-5.
a family broadcast
For
here.
a third.
I mean, that's a huge penalty, though.
Oh,
The
yeah.
dead ball.
And there's
You
6
go
guys
from-
on the field. Wait a second.
They pick it up.
Well, if they picked it up, then it.
A lot of confusion.
Yeah, to say the
Going on.
least. I'm very confused. Now you are.
I have no idea what's going on right now. I mean, you have 6 guys on the field. If they
What are we doing?
threw the flag, all this in-home talk, and I thought for sure it was going to happen. Now
All right.
Now there's no
So
penalties
they're
on
going
the
to try.
board.
They're going to try again. They put the clock back to 103.
It's like the referee was.
So it'll be 5-on-6. So Spalding with the ball, man down. Instead of a penalty, they just changed possession. You're going to have to explain that to me. Connor Wilbur thought about it, decides instead to go work some more time off the clock. I thought he might have had a path on goal.
he did. I think it was closing pretty quickly.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a hold. Got away with one there.
Cavaliers content to just run off the penalty, knowing they'd be able to basically get it to the end of the quarter at that point.
Which is unfortunate. If there's a couple extra seconds, they'd be able to start
Start
that
with the
second
ball.
quarter, with the ball, no face-off. And I think, Glenn, to your point about Wilbur having a path of the goal, if he scores and they have a man-down face-off and they give St. Paul's an opportunity, it's a question. Do you want to take the extra goal or do you want to take the time off the clock?
Well, they're
Nice
going to get the
take.
goal.
And then get your goal.
This quarter is Jack Newell's recital. He thinks it's very vital to rock a rhyme that's right on time. Hat Tricky is his title.
Calm and
Goal
cool
scorer,
Jack
number
Newell,
16,
baby.
Jack
Listen to you. Listen to you.
Oh, been saving that one.
Assisted by number 4, Brady Miaa.
7-1. Newell's 19th of the season. Brady Mollett's second assist of the quarter, 25th on the year. 9 seconds
there.
left, so there is time. The dangerous part for Spalding, of course, being that they're man down on the wing, and keep in mind that if the Crusaders now win this face-off, no, there's a 2-second difference. Take it back. They cannot hold on to possession to start the second quarter. So that couldn't have gone much better as long as they don't allow a goal here in the last 4 seconds. And St. Paul's oddly not pushing, I guess not realizing that they weren't going to be able to hold the extra man over. I think that's what happened right there.
That's a frustrating play right there if you're a coach.
I think that the Crusaders believed that they were going to be able to protect possession, and that's not the case. We're back to even strength. Quarter number 1 in the books. What a quarter it was for the Cavaliers. They're in front 7-1. You're watching Archbishop Spalding Lacrosse.
Infrastructure, Valley Electric.
Hallmarks of a Spalding athlete. Are they able to compete at the highest level possible? Spalding is positioned very uniquely because they are in one of the best leagues in the state. When they're competing at a high level, that's big time.
It was always known as a great academic school, but we wanted to build a full-rounded school for student athletes. And we knew that they could get to where they're at today.
Since I've graduated from high school, I've watched the campus grow astronomically. Spalding, it laid a foundation for my understanding of teamwork, friendship, and things that were so much bigger than what happened on the basketball court.
They're challenging themselves academically and spiritually, and then transitions directly onto the field where that consistency molds and shapes everybody that's involved.
The future of Spalding athletically is strong and vibrant, and I'm excited for our Cavs.
First quarter that couldn't have gone much better for Archbishop Spalding. They're in front of St. Paul 7-1 as we begin quarter number 2, including a late man-down goal. I would ask you to analyze it, but I don't know what else to say other than, boy, that was great. They should do more of it.
Dominance.
Andrew, I need your microphone back in front of your face, though. I do appreciate you talking to us.
Actually, if you could flip that up, Glenn, we got this.
No, I was saying I've been impressed with Spalding's offense so far. They're doing it 3 different ways, settled offense, transition, and set plays. When everything is working, it can quickly frustrate a defense and open up more opportunities, and Spalding's definitely taking advantage of it.
Team switch sides. Cavaliers going right to left on your internet dial, and Criswell picks up where he left off.
I was wondering why I couldn't hear
Pushes
myself.
Criswell.
Off the pipe. I really wanted that for Criswell.
So let me do this math. Criswell 8 of 10 at the dot here in the first half. I hear that's good. I think you could settle for that. Cavaliers get the new shot clock, although I don't even think it was down at 60 at that point, so they actually might have lost some time in that process, which isn't how things should work. But
yeah, is that real?
I believe it is.
Does that happen?
I believe it resets to 60 no matter what. Matassa moves it to the middle.
Ooh.
No backup. Jack Newell, quick stick, but essentially a turnover.
I like the look. I think it caught, Miaa kind of off guard. He was sneaking a little bit out of position.
I mean, I got to say this Cavalier defense has been great all season long. I mean, they're out of the close defensemen. I mean, Robbie Hopper aside, a lot of the close defensemen, there's no one that's flashy, but they all do their job and they win their matchups.
Yeah, playing as a unit
huge.
too.
Yeah, it's huge.
Well, and to your point, they played well all season long. Early on in the year, it took the offense a little while to get going, and it was the defense that was kind of keeping them in there and giving them the time to get things figured out offensively. Now, clearly, they're playing like more of a well-oiled machine in all facets of the game, but they've been there all along. Boy, this guy's a shooter. Yeah. Luke Bear, are you kidding me?
13 or 14 yards out.
Second of the game, 47th on the season. He's okay.
Yeah, it looks like
Looks
Dunn just got tied up a little bit. He was sloughing down and got tied up in the middle. Couldn't get out to the ball quick enough.
Either way, that thing was probably moving at 90-plus miles an hour from 12 yards. Not many will be able to get in front of that one.
I mean, I can relate.
You're still slinging it like that, aren't you?
That is a oblique that's going to be torn and twisted if I try to shoot that hard.
First face-off violation of the first half for St. Paul's.
I tweaked something just getting out of bed.
You and I both, brother. Wait, what? Cavaliers looking for their first goal of the second quarter. Gordy Bennett dodges right, gets free, shoots low, turned aside.
That was a great save.
Really was. Gordon Smith, the senior goalie for the Crusaders, headed to play at Lehigh, but Cavaliers get it back in the corner. Comes free again. Goalie was out of position.
Let's get a possession here. Slow it down.
That's exactly what they choose to do.
Fresh clock.
That'll break your spirit if you're a defense right there. You work so hard, goalie makes a great save, and then you're right back on defense for another fresh clock.
And that was a classic, rec league defensive ground ball drill right there. St. Paul's running it out, lift that backhand. Ball nearly goes out of bounds. St. Paul throws it back in play.
Newell throws it in the middle. Swiderski in trouble. He loses it.
It's a little lesson for all the young ones listening to this broadcast, right? The check doesn't have to be flashy, right? Just a little lift. That's all you need.
Cadigan Kimball came away with it for the Crusaders, trying to build something here in the second quarter as they try to continue to chip away. And what was a 6-goal advantage for Archbishop Spalding coming into the quarter. slow it down a little bit. Right now, Bears scored both their goals. They'll try to get some other folks involved offensively.
See, it looks like Robbie Hopper's got the hot.
Good cut, a couple of fakes, but no angle.
Yeah.
That's
an easy gobble for Jacob Newman.
And Antuno denied by Newman. Blair brings it across for the Cavaliers, moves it in the middle, but just a little bit too far in front of Jamison Kaufman. Good job of coming to get that ground ball by Matassa.
Got the slash call.
So extra man coming for the Cavaliers.
Spalding plays this right. Could be a twofer.
Mollett makes his move, dumps it in front. Swiderski falling down.
Wow.
What a handle, what a finish.
Man, those two are fun to watch, aren't they?
Second of the game for Grady Swiderski, just able to get the shot out of
Mulderski.
I am Mulderski. That is a Mulderski.
Third assist of the game for Mollett.
Goal scored by number 55,
Man,
Grady
both
Swiderski.
Swiderski and Mollett are so crafty.
Assisted
Great
by
vision,
number 4,
great
Brady
handles.
Mollett.
13th goal of the
Spalding
season
will be
for
man up.
Swiderski.
St. Paul's got a slash on the play.
And the slash on Ari Smith means a wing advantage on top for the faceoff for the Cavaliers. Not that Criswell has needed much of an advantage at the dot tonight. And law of averages always seems to work out that way.
Sure does.
Beckett Ballinger, the sophomore, gets into the game, wins a faceoff. And St. Paul's is going to take a timeout to talk about how they go about killing off the 50 seconds remaining on this penalty. What is it about this sport that it always seems to work that way? When the moment where it seems like all you're doing is winning faceoffs, now you got an extra guy out there to go try to win it, and that's the one that you
overthink it. I don't know. It's mental.
Always seems to work out that way. Still, 8-2, 7:40 remaining in the second quarter.
I'm interested to see how Spalding comes out and plays this. If they double the ball or they just have that free slide, play 5-on-5.
Yeah, honestly, I was thinking about it as soon as you called timeout. It's an interesting call because, one, you have a face-off guy in Criswell stuck out in the field, and you have 5 offensive guys arguably out on the field ready to kind of run and kill that clock. And now by calling timeout, you give Spalding an opportunity to do exactly that, have a conversation about what they're coming out. Do we want to double it? Are we settling in? Personally, I'd like to see Spalding settle in, not chase the ball with a double, get out of position. There's 50 seconds left. 6-goal game. They have 73 seconds on the shot clock. Play team defense. They're doing a good job with it.
Am I being
Let them make the mistakes.
Am I being too greedy by saying I would love to see Robbie Hopper start on the ball and they press out on the adjacents and just let Robbie Hopper go to work?
I'm definitely okay with that. But the second you start sending either shorts or a long pole, you kind of get out of position. So I'm all for letting Robbie feast.
I wish we had a face mask cam on some of these midfielders when they step over the midline and they see Robbie Hopper about to eat their lunch.
Just licking his chops.
A lot of tears, I imagine.
Sheer terror.
Now you got Hopper on ball, so let's see what happens.
Look at that.
There we go.
That.
So I'm good.
And see, they're shutting the adjacents.
Tyler Clary.
Get him out of the booth. Get him on the sideline.
I mean,
Hopper going to chase him.
Let's just say
there's Hopper going to work.
Learn from the best, Evan Hockel.
He was trying to give him a shove over the end line, but he was a little bit too far away. Clary's going to try to show off his
just
cardio.
Running for his life at this point.
Hopper taking his swings.
This is where they start getting a little tired.
Yeah.
Finally gives it up. They get the switch.
Yeah, Hopper's gassed.
Yeah.
Just ran 100 yards of the circle.
O'Day backs it out.
15 on the penalty.
And it looks like Cavaliers will be content. The penalty will come up. And there'll be 5 seconds remaining. Sorry, 25 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you can tell Robbie's sucking in some air right now.
So, yeah, I mean, that goes to my point. I mean, if there's no need for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you turn the ball over. You give your offense an opportunity.
How quickly you turned on me, Andrew. How quickly you turned on me.
I still love you.
See, Glenn,
thought we were together.
Loyalty means nothing to him.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Shot blocked. So Day couldn't get it through.
Nice. Dylan Newell.
Must have gotten to Newman because there was a reset. I thought it was blocked on the way. My fault. The sun's starting to linger. Creep into the picture. Running shot.
Classic Glenn. All excuses.
Hedrick. Yeah, it's the sun. It's not me. Again, that would involve me being wrong, and as we've already established, it's never happened before. Newman.
I think that is actually a fact, Glenn.
Just glad you're willing to recognize it. Takes a big man. Carson Blair brings it over past the midway point of the second quarter.
Andrew, I wouldn't mind seeing Spalding's offense slow it down a little bit, eat up some of the shot clock, give their defense a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, they just work pretty hard defensively there. 5 minutes left in the quarter. Get to 9-2. Feels kind of like a backbreaker for them.
Newell sends it back behind. Mollet
like
lobs
this
it up
matchup.
top. Wilbur.
Wow.
Gordy Bennett. Wow.
Wow.
Sure.
I mean, Gordy's finding some success off the hip of that goalie.
Game, recital, vital, rhyme, time, title, the whole thing.
Give it to him.
Third of the half for Gordy Bennett.
Catch a nickname, please, Sean. Come on. Let's go.
Assisted by number
Catch a
7,
nickname.
Connor Wilbur.
Got nothing. Give it time.
Sweet Gordy Ben, baby.
Sweet Gordy? Is that what they call him?
Sweet Gordy Ben.
Bum, bum, bum. Cavaliers are playing so good.
So good.
So good.
So good. 9-2.
Hey, we got a little barbershop trio here,
Work
boys.
on that. All right, give me your For the Longest Time.
For the longest
I mean, you put Sean's back against the wall. Come on. You should know better.
9-2. 14th of the season for Gordy Bennett.
Early in the season, we were talking about the offense and getting to good shots versus just settling for anything that the defense gave them. They were in the, shooting 20, 30% every game. You now look at the top of this, stat sheet. You're pushing mid-40s. If you're shooting 40% or more, you're in a great spot, and it's a testament to what Coach Cottle is doing offensively, getting these guys in the right position. But it's also the chemistry and having trust. Right there, Wilbur finds a matchup, shorty matchup. Gordy knows that he's going to draw a slide pretty quickly, and he drifts to space, frees his hands up. Wilbur finds him, and he buries it.
Look at Ben Duffy bearing down at goal line. Great D by Ben Duffy.
Kimball losing his footing. They get it back up top. They are not able to get that one to go. 21 seconds on the possession clock.
Great defense by Grayson Dunn. Get that last-minute lift.
Iannantuono drifts back towards X.
Doing a great job of talking through that pick.
Grant goes with him from well outside. O'Day, no. Stoned. Newman.
Yeah, there's been a couple times where Spalding has gotten caught sloughing down a little too far up top and just not able to get back out to that ball, giving St. Paul some time and room shots from
Further outside.
12 yards.
Well, I think they also have great faith in their goal.
Glenn, I was doing the math, right?
Yeah.
I was counting the hash marks.
Now I'm going to ask you another question. How many feet is that?
Oh.
Yeah.
Calculating.
Guys.
We'll get you an update in the third quarter. Moss. 3:20 remaining. Keeps his run going. Next group out there. Klessinger out there with him.
30 on the shot clock.
Matassa sends it back to Mollet. Now defender hung up.
I was waiting for Glenn to be like, so Sean, if Robbie Hopper starts at the 20-yard line and is traveling at 5 miles per hour, how long would it take?
To get to San Francisco. Mollet, good fake, but then his leg was hung up. Closing seconds. Moss is going to have to force it. Moss saved. Shot it right into the stick of Gordon Smith. Had to take a shot. Two and a half remaining. St. Paul's trying to find some sort of momentum going into the locker room. Anything that allows them to feel like they're in this game. Trying to avoid a third straight loss. They were really competitive with Calvert Hall
great
last
check
Friday.
by Dylan.
Gets it out.
Dylan.
O'Day. Wow, somehow what a
5 greatest polls of all time. Dylan.
Well, he's-
Dylan.
Dylan Newell spits hot fire.
Good carry, Glenn.
Under 2 minutes remaining. Bear somehow miraculously gets the shot off.
Yeah, he wants. Notice he wants to get back to that right hand, and Grayson just got caught overcommitting a little bit on that left-handed dodge. Wow!
Wow! First of the day, 35th of the season for the junior attacker and future Penn State Nittany Lion. Makes it 9-3 with 1:40 remaining in the half.
I mean, it's the one thing you don't want to let their attack get hot. I'm not saying they've gotten hot yet, but knock on wood.
To your point, they're capable of scoring goals in a short period of time.
Very capable.
They got to win faceoffs in order to be able to do it, and that's been the equalizer as Ryan Criswell continues a phenomenal first half.
Coach Hawk will maybe come down for timeout here. Yep.
By the way, guys, I just found out my brother and new sister-in-law are watching the broadcast today.
Oh,
they
big
just got
moment.
married last weekend.
Did you get them some candlesticks? They make a great gift. Knows that.
I did a watercolor of me that they could put up in their bathroom.
That is
nice
a
centerpiece.
It was great. Yes.
For the house.
Yes,
Beautiful.
It was great. But big congrats to them enjoying their week off after their wedding. Fun times were had.
Fun
times were had. She's one of 10, so you can imagine the dance floor at that wedding.
Jeez. Congratulations, new member of the family. And how else would you want to spend your honeymoon than watching Archbishop Spalding Lacrosse with your friend?
And listening to your older brother just blabber on about nothing.
I hear that is the way. Did you give a speech?
I did. I did.
Now, how did you play it? Did you play heartstring or did you play embarrassing stories of childhood?
Glenn, let's just say it was a mix of everything.
Oh, wow.
Mix of everything.
Well, that's beautiful.
There were some tears. There were some laughs.
I've heard reports. I've heard things were passed along about that speech. Some people say their lives will never be the same.
I mean, there was an article in the Wall Street Journal this morning.
One person said you should be arrested. It's just a really weird...
The speech moved markets today, Glenn.
What a story. What are their names?
Jim and Renee.
Jim and Renee. Congratulations, Jim and Renee. It's real weird. I guess I must have missed the invite. It's a shame. It's okay. I don't even like steak. You know, who likes free drinks really?
Yeah, open bar.
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
It's for the birds.
The difference between the shot clock and game clock, again, this is always unfair, but it looks like about 17 seconds. So Spalding content to take a good amount of the time off the rest of the clock here in the half before going to work. No. St. Paul's certainly not going to force anything.
Yeah, I'm assuming Spalding has a set play that they drew up here. Nice. St. Paul's dropping in maybe a zone.
Okay. So a different look to operate against. Cavaliers don't have another timeout to call.
Knowing Coach Cottle.
Do you call up two different plays?
Well, I think when they see a zone, they've been in the same set for most of the year. That worked out.
Wow.
From outside.
That worked out.
Connor Wilbur.
That was fortunate.
He got free.
Or was it part of the play? With Coach Cottle, you never know.
You got the bench press on the sideline. Get it. Get it.
10-3. Let's watch it again. No one goes with Connor Wilbur.
Connor Wilbur.
Wow.
No,
great
again.
take.
Right there, Alec Howard with the assist, right?
Wilbur. What's that?
Yes.
Did Howard get the assist there?
How many steps did he take?
Of 1.5.
Is that a hockey assist?
That's the deflection. Give it to him.
Did Newell get a hockey
Okay, face-off violation, though. There is time, 25 seconds. O'Day.
No thanks.
Oh, wow.
I'll take that.
Snag it.
Clean picked, and there's still time. 14
I
seconds.
forgot
Robbie Hopper. Hopper flips it forward. Matassa, the extra pass.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Howard denied by Smith. 3 seconds.
Dudes having fun out there.
And they're not going to get a shot off. That's how the half comes to a close.
That would have been an exclamation point on a phenomenal first half.
Still a phenomenal first half,
Absolutely.
even without it. Cavaliers in front by a touchdown. It's 10-3. You're watching Archbishop Spalding Lacrosse.
Hallmarks of a Spalding athlete. Are they able to compete at the highest level possible? Spalding is positioned very uniquely because they are in one of the best leagues in the state. When they're competing at a high level, that's big time.
It was always known as a great academic school, but we wanted to build a full-rounded school for student athletes. And we knew that they could get to where they're at today.
Since I've graduated from high school, I've watched the campus grow astronomically. Spalding, it laid a foundation for my understanding of teamwork, friendship, and things that were so much bigger than what happened on the basketball court.
They're challenging themselves academically and spiritually, and then transitions directly onto the field. That consistency molds and shapes everybody that's involved.
The future of Spalding athletically is strong and vibrant, and I'm excited for our Cavs.
Start of the second half here at Whittles Field. Archbishop Spalding in front of the Fighting Trey Hammers of St. Paul's, 10-3. Glenn Clark alongside Sean Hatley, Andrew Scally, and the Cavaliers pick up where they left off, winning face-offs. That was the dominant story to me of the first half, guys, is that you have the ball, and you have the ball, and you have the ball, and you have the ball. Good things tend to happen.
Yeah, and St. Paul's goalie leading the game in ground balls out of the back of the net, which is good to see. Hopefully that continues as well.
Well played.
And,
that
was
almost
right
had that
there.
little ditch.
But Mollett not able to snag it. It was a little behind him. So a turnover to start the second half. What else did they do so well in half number one? Sean, I'll start with you.
I think they did exactly what Coach Haka wanted to do at the start of this game, is they won their matchups on their defensive end. Like I said, this attack can get hot. They can get hot quick, but Spalding's defense has done a great job of kind of frustrating these attackmen and forcing them to take shots that they don't want to take, and sometimes out of just desperation to get something in the back of the net.
Almost nonchalant save from Newman leads to a great chance from Matassa, but he can't cash it in. And there's no backup, so it goes back the other way.
Yeah, Kaufman's running off the field saying, "You owe me a goal there." He's wide open coming down the middle of the field.
Bear.
A little unsettled. See, yeah,
another save.
Gobbled that up. Again, no angle shot.
To be fair, that's how Bear scored his first today. It was almost zero angle to the near post.
But I'll tell you what, Jacob Newman does not. Yeah, he does not give that up very often, and we chalk that one up as a here's your free gift.
So both teams come up empty. Cavaliers get it back. In the first quarter, they scored 3 goals in the first 2 minutes. Really set the tone for this.
A little behind pace now, but
right. It's very disappointing.
I mean, they started off hot.
Kind of was expecting a 30-goal outburst today. Who do I see about my refund?
And speaking of hot, this box up here is a sauna. I'm about to pull a Ace Ventura when he's in the Rhino.
Ostrowski shot saved by Smith. Yeah, what are our pants policies here? What are they?
Strictly enforced.
Might start peeling this off right now, boys.
Smith. Wow, good look. Opposite side of the field, able to connect on the outlet pass opportunity. St. Paul's just wants a possession, just trying to get the offense going, find their way back into this here in the second half. Iannantuono.
I've been impressed with Spalding's defense. I mean, right there, Andrew Reese, transition play, took the right approach angle, forced the midfielder to kind of keep going behind the cage, out of angle, and he was reluctant to shoot, and obviously, it leads to what we just saw. That's been the story of the entire game. You talk about a low angle shot. It's a low angle shot for a reason.
Right.
They're forced to those positions, and that's, again, as Sean said, that's what Coach Haka wanted to do from the jump.
To your point, I don't know if O'Day's shot would have been on cage or not, but Newman had it.
Right.
Cavaliers.
But I know I brought it up before, but like I said, Spalding's they're sloughing in, but just a little slow to get back out to that ball, and that's where St. Paul's has been able to find a few of those outside shots.
Nice move.
Just fortunate for Spalding, not a lot of them have been falling today.
Pass was tipped as Matassa was looking for Swiderski, so it stays here.
Tell you what, Matassa put the move on right there.
You mean Joey Matassa?
I was to understand that after the last game there would be more
Hakuna Matassa.
Yeah, that's good. I'll take that.
You like that one?
I do. I honestly do. Matassa to Bennett. Not on target.
I was
15
looking to break
seconds.
out in a nice little.
Andrew's 5-iron over the cage.
Oh, come on now. Way too accurate for that.
Yeah, it's like the ball would have ended up here in the bleachers. Would have ended up in the box.
Pick that one up at BWI.
Mollett, 10 seconds. Mollett makes his move.
Wow, great take. Turning the corner.
Would you believe first of the day for Brady Mollett? But
the Molderski twins.
They did it again.
24th goal, 50th point of the season for the sophomore Brady Mollett.
God, great take.
I mean, nothing special, just a hard speed
Just
dodge.
made his move.
Defender, caught flat-footed, then tripped on the goal. But, I mean, that's a great finish, great move.
11-3,
Brady's
7-47.
tied a few defensemen up there in the back of the net this season.
They call that the Widowmaker.
I think I told you before. I've found myself sitting back, just waiting for someone to hand me a mojito or something.
Ballinger again with a quick face-off win, but he's
save.
turned aside by Newman.
Great save by Newman.
Great save by Newman, but also he hit him square in the chest.
It's their reserve face-off specialist, Beckett Ballinger. Well, here's a true story. His father used to be my chiropractor. True story.
Why'd you stop going to? You said used to. He's probably listening to this broadcast right now, and he wants to know why.
I love Dr. Dave. That's a good
How's
man
that
right
C2?
there.
Still giving you fits?
It's a good man right there. No, my Mrs. Clark worked for him. She ran his office.
Oh, nice.
So.
Until the embezzlement.
Yeah, there was stuff that we can't talk about. But no. It's a high-quality practice.
I plead the fifth.
Guns over there pulling the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Moss tied up, able to hold
move the
on.
ball.
Great job.
Wow.
Somehow getting a shot off.
Wow. 2 good saves.
Smith comes through
right
too and picks up the ground. Well, I don't even call that a ground ball. Thinking about it and letting it fly from outside. Roman Dodson. Can that get them fired up? Start their way back into the game. Cuts it to 11-4.
Kind of a helter-skelter play there offensively for Spalding.
Yeah.
A couple big saves.
I'm surprised Mason got that shot off. I mean, that's 15 yards out.
Hammered.
Yeah.
And that's a D-mid.
Put some oomph into it.
Criswell.
Nice move.
I'm a little bit surprised they haven't gone back. Ballinger's actually won a couple. He won that one back in the first half when they were man down.
Right.
A little surprised they haven't given him more looks considering how dominant Criswell has been today.
I mean, if I'm facing Spalding, I'm looking at the tape and I'm trying to do everything to slow him down. Spalding, they feast when he's winning faceoffs. I'm probably throwing a long pole out there, make it a little bit more of a 50-50 ground ball battle versus
junk it up.
Clean pinch and pop.
Swiderski has it
That was a
checked
good
out.
check.
Got to move it twice here.
We see
They liked that matchup with Gordy Bennett. We'll see if they go back to it.
Oh,
Jack Newell.
from way downtown.
Glenn, who was that? Who was it?
Steady and cool, Jack Newell. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Calm
and
cool Jack Newell.
Exactly.
And the Selly matched.
Jack Newell.
Assistant goal scored by
Just
number
gets a
16,
step.
Jack Noel.
Watch the celebration. Or lack thereof.
I mean,
I've been there.
yeah.
I've done
He's
that.
steady and cool.
I mean, it gets a little boring when it's your, fourth or fifth goal of the game.
day. Fourth of the day. 20th of the season for Jack Newell. 12-4.
Love to see Jack Newell lighten up the cage today.
It's the other
I
thing
mean,
that I'll
that
point
is
out.
just a great kid right there.
They do go back to Ballinger on this face-off, and the violation on Spalding first of the second half. Every time that St. Paul's has scored, they've never been able to start putting together a run. They haven't had back-to-back goals all day.
Yep. Spalding's been
Snuffed
doing a
out
good
quickly.
job of,
Regaining composure.
Yep.
For sure.
Antuno makes his move.
quick slide.
Out top, Bear. He is a shooter. Luke Bear.
I can't tell if Robbie Hopper was on Blair and then came down. But just not getting out fast enough.
Dunn tried to come out and close on him.
I mean, I know I keep hounding on it, but
Yeah, it's definitely an adjustment they have to make. But, Glenn, you talk about Grayson Dunn approaching right there. That's a daunting task when a guy's bringing the ball at 90-plus miles an hour like, he's been doing.
oh, yeah.
It doesn't end well. You either get the stick follow through, you get the ball to the, the hip.
Followed up by another face-off win
go.
with Ballinger out there, and Peyton Elder says, here's back-to-back goals.
It's a little hesitation there for the point man to pick up that fast break. I think he thought, I don't know who that was, might recover. And just, yeah, little miscommunication. Lead cut to 6.
Yeah, it's an important face-off right here. Stop momentum. And timeout will do the same.
Timeout, Spalding.
As we pointed out, the first time all day that St. Paul's has scored back-to-back goals. So the first time they've ever been able to put together a little momentum.
Because you jinxed it, Glenn.
The old broadcaster's curse. You think we don't know what our power is?
Yeah.
You think
then
we're
why
not
do you
aware?
continue to wield it?
Just to remind everyone, mostly. I just want everyone to remember the power of this microphone. You understand.
Yep. Just keep hiding behind that microphone, Glenn. I'll see you out in the parking lot.
Yeah, and then we'll dance. Because I keep wondering when we're going to
I don't know, man.
have our
I might
post-game dance party.
I might not have any clothes on if this heat still cranks up in here.
It is unpleasant. 12-6. Spalding's still in front by 6, but St. Paul's finding a little bit of life here in the third quarter, trying to build off of it. 4:50 remaining in quarter number 3. Again, 2 road games to wrap the regular season for the Cavaliers. They'll be at Calvert Hall on Friday, then at Mount St. Joe next Tuesday. And then it's on to the A-Conference tournament and a question of what their seed will be. If they're home for a quarterfinal, we'll have it for you. And if not, then we'll just get together or maybe somewhere in an establishment, 3 of
Wear
us.
headphones and-
Just, yep.
I like it.
Exactly
Buffalo Wild
what
Wings.
I was thinking.
Dave and Buster's.
Oh, I do
What do you
like
think?
the I do like the idea.
Will eat and play?
Yeah.
Oh,
Who
boys.
doesn't? It is the finest steakhouse in Philadelphia. Everyone knows that.
Sean mentioned the chicken wing from the referee earlier. Got me thinking a little bit.
Guys,
Maybe
we're
all
going
you
to
can
Dave
eat.
and Buster's. I'm about to break out my card, refill that thing.
You don't know there's a story today that Dave & Buster's in Philadelphia, you're going to be allowed to bet on arcade games.
Oh, my goodness.
Guys, I got to go. It's been fun.
Hey,
Start the car.
prepared to lose my family over some skee ball. Ryan Thomas, so that's 3 straight face-off wins.
Guys, how are we going to get home? Glenn lost his car.
Who needs a car? Who needs a home? We're at Dave & Buster's.
But he has
Glenn-
enough tickets to buy a unicycle in the gift shop.
Newman
hop
will
on.
cover it up. Oh, Newman loses it.
South St. Paul's.
Glenn, when we were in that timeout, when the camera was on, you could see Coach Gunner was not happy with his defense. Definitely looked like he was giving them a few words. And, you know, rightfully so. They kind of let their guard down a little bit, weren't communicating there on a couple of those goals. But,
Do you want to guess what those words were? Like rubbish? Maybe poppycock?
yes, definitely a few of those.
Yeah.
Definitely not anything inappropriate.
Hogwash, that's a strong word. I would have used hogwash myself. It's still 12-6. Go score a couple of goals here before the end of the quarter. It's like that blip never occurred.
Wilbur on skip.
Connor Wilbur. In a Wilbur, where Wilbur Wilburs. Smith eats up a shot from the near side from Newell.
Is there a goalie change for St. Paul's by chance?
Oh, you might be right about that. That looks like it's Josh Marson. Thank you very much.
Ooh, can't leave.
That's why Andrew Scally is our lead play-by-play voice. Josh Marson, junior goalie, came on. How much of what happened early on did you think was on Gordon Smith versus just really good shooting from the Cavaliers?
I'm going to say it wasn't on the goalie, to be honest. I saw a lot of fantastic placement by Spalding's, shooters, off hip, low, high. They kept them guessing. But when you're down, I don't know what the biggest differential was, but
Hopper trying to save it in on the near sideline.
Helmet comes off.
Loses everything. Now he's got to race back into the play.
Yeah.
Throw it away.
Good. Spalding looked out on that unsettled situation.
they got to control this chaos here. They're falling into this trap of the back and forth.
Kaufman.
Oh,
come on!
Sure, why not?
Wow. You got to love when the bounces go your way.
So who gets credit for that goal? Is it Swiderski?
Swiderski, for sure.
I guess you don't
Kaufman
have
with
to.
the assist.
Grady Swiderski
Swids.
accidentally just scored his third of the game.
We're going to give that one to number 55, Grady Swiderski.
Third goal, fourth point of the game.
It was a great look by
Give
James.
Kaufman
Watch
the
it
apple.
again.
Bless you.
Sorry. My apologies. I didn't mean to do that into the...
Perfect timing.
It's off his stick.
Yep.
Yeah. Sometimes better be lucky than good.
No doubt. Kaufman gets the assist.
Fortunately for
His fifth of the season.
Brady, he's lucky and good.
Very true. But right there, that seemed like a...
I can't wait for Grady Swiderski to tell his friends tomorrow that that's actually what he meant to do.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait for him to say, no, I knew I was deflecting it in the goal.
Still shows up as a goal on the stat sheet.
Fact. Matassa, and that one fired in wide.
Ooh, looks like they're leaving Brady alone to go to work behind the cage.
You know what he's capable of doing. We just saw him make this move late in the shot clock. Now this time he comes to the near side.
He
Draw a
slid,
short
yeah,
stick.
slid early.
Loading up, but not on target.
Yeah, I like seeing them initiate right now with the attack. They got a few middies in the game right now. They're going a little bit further down on their bench to get the ones a breather here as they set up for the fourth quarter. So I'd like to see Miaa kind of dictate the offense here.
Mallet somehow avoids, but he put his hand
Oh,
out.
yeah, hand in the crease.
Lost his balance.
Good hustle.
Quickly the other way, and it's checked out. Hopper trying to come up with it.
That was a great ground ball
But
by
he ends
Robbie.
up losing it.
Got to get in the hole
An
now.
unsettled situation.
St. Paul's gets it back. Bowman came up with it. Crusaders trailing by 7. Both teams have scored 3 times here in the third. Final minute. Shot not on target. O'Day has struggled today. It has not been his O'Day, if you will. Yeah, you could have given me something. You could have acknowledged at least. I get it. It wasn't classic, but
Sean's over here. He's mad. He won the spotlight.
I don't want to be too selfish, boys.
2-second difference between shot clock and game
Nice
clock,
save.
and Newman comes up with it.
Good save by Newman.
So chance to hold for the final shot.
Offsides. Offsides. Throw the flag.
No flag. Kaufman, he just wanted to go hit somebody. 15 seconds.
It's a missed call right there.
Got to go. Mallet doesn't have the angle, loses the footing behind, sends it back in front, but nobody's there. And that's how the third quarter will come to a close. Spalding still in front by 7. We got 1 quarter to go. You're watching Cavaliers Lacrosse.
Archbishop Spalding, 13.
Hallmarks of a Spalding athlete. Are they able to compete at the highest level possible? Spalding is positioned very uniquely because they are in one of the best leagues in the state. When they're competing at a high level, that's big time.
It was always known as a great academic school, but we wanted to build a full-rounded school for student athletes. And we knew that they could get to where they're at today.
Since I've graduated from high school, I've watched the campus grow astronomically. Spalding, it laid a foundation for my understanding of teamwork, friendship, and things that were so much bigger than what happened on the basketball court.
They're challenging themselves academically and spiritually, and that transitions directly onto the field where that consistency molds and shapes everybody that's involved.
The future of Spalding athletically is strong and vibrant, and I'm excited for our Cavs.
Start of quarter number 4 here at Whittles Field. Archbishop Spalding in front of St. Paul's 13-6. Crusaders had a little momentum there in the third quarter. They scored back-to-back goals for the first time, but haven't been able to keep that going as the Cavaliers maintain a 7-goal lead into the fourth. Glenn Clark, Sean Hatley, Andrew Scally with you on a warm day. And Sean, maybe you're starting to notice a little bit of the effects of playing in the heat for the first time?
A little bit. If you watch closely, some of the plays these guys have been making early in the game, they're just not getting there or choosing to do something with a little less effort involved. I mean, the big thing that stood out to me is it looked like Sawyer could have gotten behind instead of getting hung up in front of the goal, but kind of just trotted back into the front of the goal, and St. Paul's got a shot off.
Cavaliers will slow it down to start quarter number 4. No reason to be in a hurry anytime you have the ball in the fourth quarter when you're up by 7. Clock's certainly their friend. Good for a 6th win. Conference play.
St. Paul's is definitely going early on these slides. Andrew, what are you looking for a skip pass knowing they're coming early?
Well, right there, they brought 2 short sticks back behind the cage and had a little 2-man game. So you definitely want to go to quickly to a short stick defender, and that opens that up. Oh, Newell, you got to bury that.
Look on the doorstep.
A little too cool there for Newell.
A little too calm and cool, old Jackie Newell.
But yeah, look what they're doing here. When you're tired, right? The defenders, it's easy to get confused. So why not send back that?
Wow,
that's cool.
That was incredibly cool.
Jack said, "Hat Daddy, I got you."
That's cool.
Let me stick this one up top.
Did you just go Hat Daddy? Is that?
Where have you been, Glenn?
I gotta be honest, I was utterly unaware.
Goal scored by number 16, Jack Knoll.
5th of the day. He's pleading his
5th of the
5th.
day.
Double Piper.
Assisted by number 7, Connor Wilbur.
For Connor Wilbur, that's
Jack
his
said, "Let me try that again."
2nd assist, 3rd point of the game, 14-6.
But Sean, the same things you're talking about with Spalding defensively in that third quarter, getting tired. We saw that right there with St. Paul's. They're not communicating through the 2-man game. They don't know who's sliding. They're late to slide. Then you have a step-down shot like that. Spalding's going to hit that shot 10 times out of 10. So whoever can kind of reach down in the tank and finish this game strong is going to take the win. Hopefully it's Spalding in this case, winning face-offs. Their best defense today has been their offense. As long as they keep the ball down here, they like where they are.
And one thing we've been talking about all season is Spalding's depth, right? And we're able to kind of see that here. We've got some guys that are getting maybe a few more reps than they normally would.
For sure.
Right? And I think it's it's paying off because you get some fresh legs in there and getting that good game experience.
I believe they officially clinched their spot in the tournament if they win today. But they got bigger things in mind. Tassa moves into the middle, but a good job of getting that ball free.
I mean, at the beginning of the season, Coach Cottle made it clear. He's like, listen, we were, a few years ago, the hunted. He's like, now we're the hunters, right? And they are hunting.
They are hunting.
They are hunting.
Grady O'Day finally gets on the board for the first time today for St. Paul's, the senior with his 29th goal of the season in transition. Going 5-hole to beat Newman. To your point, we should acknowledge getting back into the tournament is an accomplishment given that it was a tough season a year ago. They have to take steps in this process, and the first step is get back into the conference tournament. Winning season, all of those things taken care of.
And once you get into that playoff, forget about anything that happened this season.
Sure.
Right. Like it doesn't matter who beat who, the score, whatever it is, you got to just completely forget about it, and you got to focus on that one game. Yep. Show up and play.
Matassa sends it back behind. But again, you want to keep trying to clinch better spot. And if you can avoid playing in the first round, that would be tremendous. And that is still in play with a couple of games left in the regular season. Getting the top 2 seed.
I think we need, potentially Gilman falling to boys Latin.
Yeah. Wow. Whew. Gordy Bennett, quick shot.
Good arm move.
4th today for Gordy Bennett. Remind me, what are we going with for Gordy?
Sweet Gordy B.
Gordy B.
Sweet Gordy B.
Bum, bum, bum. 4 goals, never felt so good.
So good.
I mean, Gordy's been living off the hip of that goalie.
15th of the season for Gordon Bennett. 15-7 Cavaliers with 8:51 remaining in the 4th quarter.
That starts with Wilbur. I mean, good hard dodge, confidence with the ball in his stick, drew 2, nice throwback, absorbed a check to the helmet.
Felt like that was close to a loose ball push there.
Could have been.
Yes, I'll tell you what. I think the boys on the hill wish they would have stayed on the hill today.
Ooh.
I think it speaks to this performance, right? This is a St. Paul team that just played Calvert Hall to an 11-9 game. Wow, great save. Great save, one-on-one.
Was it thanks for the gumball, Mickey?
Ooh, nice Iannituno.
No flag there.
That was a good hard check.
Trying to get that out of Hopper's stick, but Robbie Hopper having none of it.
He came back with a little flex on him, actually.
Just let him know. Let him know. How'd that go for you? Nice swing, though. And the pass behind Kaufman, who's still out there. Picked up. Carson Blair able to get it, protect possession for the Cavaliers.
You know, that was Jamison. Great two-man play on that ground ball right there. Jamison did exactly what you teach him: is ride the other defender off the ball, let your teammate go and scoop it.
Little man ball action.
Ground ball picked up by Evan March, the freshman.
Andrew, to your point, it's those
wicked shot.
Those drills you do in 6th grade.
Scoop us.
Iannituno, his 2nd of the game, 36th of the season. And St. Paul's trying to stay within shouting distance. 15-8 with 7:25 remaining in the 4th.
I mean, if you look out here right now, you got Mollett kind of resting on his knees. You get Hopper jogging in, off the clearing game. People are tired right now. I mean, it's been a back-and-forth game offensively and defensively. At a 15-8 game here, there's a lot of lacrosse left with 7 minutes, but like I said earlier, got to reach down in the tank and find that next gear.
Good way to put the finishing touches on it is to keep winning faceoffs.
I mean, yeah, we can trade punches the rest of the way, but, got to maintain momentum or, at least stop St. Paul's as it comes up.
Line in Bennett. Oh, extra pass.
Wow, great ball
movement. Mollet.
Great ball movement. Oh, I'm sorry, Glenn. Did you?
He made it oopsies.
Oh, Mr. Perfect is not so perfect, is he?
Now, wait a second.
Goal scored, but
a lot of allegations, a lot of accusations.
You're cut.
You're
cut.
Here.
So, Andrew,
yeah,
anyway.
No, I get 4s and
really
14s mixed up. I do.
2nd of the game.
Glenn, don't worry. I'll take over.
For Brady. Go ahead.
It's a beautiful day here at Whittles Field. Spalding up 16-8 over the St. Paul's. Are they still the Crusaders? Okay. Over the St. Paul's Crusaders.
Outside.
You want me now or?
Outside shot. This is Glenn Clark here. Glenn Clark Radio. Wow. It's a tough play. All right, get back in and play defense.
All right, fine. I'm back.
Glenn.
Radio day. Pushes it ahead to Ian.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you mean he pushes it ahead? Passes it over to 3. Find me on the late night DJ set. My name's Glenn Clark.
Bear gets free, shoots wide.
Sean, is that you?
I'm Sean.
A lot more confidence in Sean.
What do you think of that? What do you think of that radio?
No, that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all. I feel like you should be spinning some jazz records.
And next up, Who Let the Dogs Out by the Baja Men.
The single most embarrassing thing I've ever heard in my life. Did an event last year with Pat Ricard of the Baltimore Ravens. And it was the week after Big Boy from Outkast had played at the halftime of the Ravens game. And we were talking about Big Boy from Outkast, and he said, yeah, he's in that group. Didn't they do Who Let the Dogs Out?
Ooh, that one hurts.
Oh, man.
Is that when he got his Pizza Bowlies deal?
I think he was.
Wow.
Yeah, the old hidden ball trick.
A really good take.
Fake flip, Iannantuono. He's got 3.
I don't know. Down 7 with 6 to go, and they've been putting some in the back of the net. Not wasting too much time here.
Getting a little momentum, 16-9, 6:05 remaining. Crusaders showing some signs of life. The good news for Spalding, they haven't lost many faceoffs. And that continues. Just drags it right to himself. A little bit dangerous.
Took my breath away there for a second.
Yeah.
Old 60
I think we all simultaneously were just like.
Watch your back. As you can hear me.
Gordy Bennett clearly hearing from up top.
If sweet Gordy B is listening to the broadcast.
Do you have a mic straight to his helmet?
Letting him know that Tyler Clary was right on top of him. Bennett.
Good take.
All the way
Gordy,
in front.
Great take.
Oh,
What?
He did not land in.
That's tough. I don't know. Can we get a replay on that?
No goal. Let's see it.
I mean, I'll give him ups, man. And he's up. And does his leg hit?
Right on that inside crease.
Yeah, on the white.
Yep. Right call. 16-9.
Nice save.
Newman denying Iannantuono.
All right, let's clear the ball. Get a good set here. Andrew, what are you screaming if you're Coach Cottle on the sideline right now?
Well, it's got to be a yellow call to at least slow things down. You can't play into St. Paul. St. Paul's has to force right now. They had to force, since halfway through the third quarter. So you can expect a little bit of pressure and a little bit of helter-skelter to kind of create those, odd opportunities for them offensively. You can't play into that. Settle the ball down, get your personnel out there, and then have confidence with the ball in your stick. Right now, the clock is, their worst enemy. If you can eat some of that clock and put the ball in the back of the net, you're, compounding that, but at least take some time off and limit St. Paul's possessions. Because right now, they're kind of getting hot.
Brody Moss had Mollett, couldn't connect with him.
And Glenn's going to tease me about this, but Spalding scored, a little less than half of their goals in the first quarter.
That's correct.
Right? And, I mean, you take away that first quarter, this is a completely different game.
It was 7-1 at the end of one. So since the first quarter, 9-8.
Right there.
That's happened a few times. Sorry, go ahead, Andrew.
I was going to say, I think Spalding could have gotten away with, a trip right there. This St. Paul's sideline looking for the flag over there on the sideline, but a costly turnover. You go man up with 4 minutes left. You put one in the back of net. You win a face-off. Who knows what the rest of this game looks like. But right there, Spalding with a great check, great ground ball, calls the turnover. And now, again, fresh 80 seconds on shot clock with, under 4. You're in a good spot right now.
I mean, plays like that just really take chunks out of that hope that's still lingering. But what I was going to say is that we saw it this season where Spalding has come out hot in those quarters and then just kind of cooled off a little bit, and that's why you say it's 9-8 since that first quarter. And
Marson denies Matassa. And again, it's not relevant necessarily today because you don't.
There's no. Throw the flag. No flag, but
they have.
There we go.
There we go.
So Cavaliers get it back with 3:05 remaining. Look, they're going to hold on and win this game, and so it doesn't really matter. But to the point, they want to win an MIAA A-Conference championship.
Absolutely.
And they're going to need to play 4 more complete quarters of lacrosse in order to do that.
I mean, you saw it. Against McDonough and BL. I mean, those teams, you can come out hot, but they're capable of chipping away at that lead and really making you scrap for it towards the end.
St. Mary's no different. I think it was 8-7 from the second quarter on.
It's just that was one of the things they wanted to come out hot and dictate, but just need to kind of keep the consistency throughout the game.
Moss turns on the Jets. No reason to be doing anything quickly right now.
Just got to show some help here.
Swings it back to Mollett.
That was really good. Really good defense by Roman Dodson.
I felt like Mollett kind of forced that pass to Ostrowski.
I didn't see how much time is left in the shot clock.
It's about 30.
Didn't seem necessary. Spinning O'Day,
Oh,
great
good
check. Andrew Reese.
Yeah, that's a tough loose ball push. Or he called a hold. Yeah, that's a gift from the referee.
1:56 remaining.
Timeout. Oh, what do you got there? A bench violation on the bench, it looks like.
Illegal substitution.
Reese not able to come down with that pass. And in trouble.
Throws it away.
Just flinging it down.
That's getting out.
Viz
Tell you what,
Carondo.
back in the day on the grass we were playing on, that would have stopped
It
5
would've
feet
rolled.
short of the
Yeah.
end line. Man, long gone are the days of the Dust Bowl, Andrew. Remember that bad boy?
Stood on one side of the field, you couldn't see the other.
Yep.
So crowned and dusty.
Just over a minute remaining.
They were so good these days.
A couple of new faces out there for the Cavaliers, including Chris George, Ryan Sullivan. With that in mind, Sean, you want to remind everybody about the Alumni Association? So I'm not sure how many more broadcasts we're going to have together.
Oh, nice save.
I mean, in general, I think it's possible that they fire us afterwards. They say this is just too much.
Yeah. Like, you guys are too good. The
Yeah.
other schools are complaining.
Step down is wide.
I mean,
New
honestly,
goalie out there as well,
Paul,
Bo Wardell.
Paul makes us look good.
It's true. He does an amazing
Coach
job.
Ron Alpha,
45 seconds. Tell me about the Alumni Association.
Sorry. Yes, the Archbishop Spalding Lacrosse Alumni Association. We put events on throughout the year. We try to get our former lacrosse alumni back engaged with the school. A lot of excitement around this program. Really trying to capitalize on that. So if you are an alumni and you're watching this and you don't get our emails and you want to come join us for one of our events, please, reach out to Steve Kelly, myself, Andrew Scally, any number of our board members. Love to have you.
15 seconds left. Klessinger thinking about it, moves it back, and boy, that one's one that Ryan Sullivan's going to have to answer for afterwards.
There was no goalie in the cage.
No. It was wide open. 9.8 seconds left. Ryan Sullivan getting some run, the sophomore. Would have been his first goal of the season.
Cross check 1 minute.
A lot of good things from Spalding today, especially offensively. Defensively, they really stuck to their game plan. They won their matchups on defense. It's good momentum leading into next week. And I think, would you say this solidified the playoff spot for Spalding, right?
They're in now over the next couple of games. How high can they climb in the standings? Cavaliers improved to 11-4, 6-2 in A conference play. St. Paul's drops to 7-6, 3-5 in the conference as Archbishop Spalding wins 16-9 over St. Paul's. Sean, Andrew, not sure if this is it for us this season. It's always a pleasure. Hopefully, I say hopefully, but hopefully they're a top 2 seed and we don't have another game to do. But if there is a quarterfinal, hopefully it's right here and I get to spend it with you guys.
Absolutely.
If only.
Glenn,
The stars align.
And Glenn, it's always a pleasure. You are a gentleman and not a scholar.
It's fair.
And it's always great to hear that
It's accurate.
wonderful play-by-play voice.
Appreciate you, boys. Thanks to Paul and Trey and the entire team for making us sound good. For the entire team, I am Glenn Clark. Again, your final score today, Archbishop Spalding 16 and St. Paul's 9. You've been watching Cavaliers Lacrosse.